Ayan, magandang hapon po sa ating lahat na nakatutok at nanonood ngayon sa ating Idolay session ngayong Biyernes, Math Talino Friday. Ako po si Tutor Joshua. Nakamute ka, ma'am.
Ayun, sorry. Good afternoon. Ako naman po si Tutor Queenie at nasa first week na po tayo ng fourth quarter. Napakabilis, nasa huling quarter na tayo for the school year. Para sa Math 8, kaya inaanyayahan po namin kayo ngayong mga estudyante, pati ng inyong mga magulang at guro na matuto kasama namin.
Ayan, so sa unti-unti pong pagbabalik nating mga guro at mag-aaral sa kanilang paaralan ay nandito pa rin po ang ICTS ETU, pati ang mga bumuo at sumulat ng mga modules na pinagbabasihan ng mga lessons natin ngayong hapon para itulay ang paggabay ng pag-aaral ng matematika. Ayan, good afternoon po kila Enrico Dalupan, Eliza Sawal ng Santa Lucia National High School of SDO Bulacan, Lea De Vera of Ramon National High School. Hindi niya nailagay yung kanyang division, no, Tutor Queenie. And we also have Iana Maralit of Godofredo Reyes Senior National High School of SDO Camarines Sur with her teacher, Ma'am Maria Veronica Red.
Nandiyan din sila Cristel Antonio, Princess Casilaw, and Kurt Axel Purok ng Don Mariano Marcos National High School. Good afternoon po at marami pa tayong kasama ngayong araw na ito.
Ayan. So sa ating quarter 4, week number 1, tayo po ay mag-aaral ulit patungkol sa mga triangles, pero kukunin nating ideas ay yung tungkol sa inequality. So hindi lang pala sa algebra may inequality, no, Tutor Queenie, pati pala sa geometry. May tinatawag yung inequality and may nabuo tayong theorems regarding this topic.
Ayan. So, kung previous lessons natin ay about congruence, yun, inequality naman. At meron tayong may-meet ng mga theorems for that. So, we will be illustrating theorems on triangle inequality. So, may-meet natin sila unequal sides and unequal angles theorem, exterior angle inequality theorem, triangle inequality theorem, and the hinge theorem.
Ayun, marami-rami pala talaga yung ating topics for today. So again, maraming salamat po sa pagtutok at pagsama sa amin ngayong hapon kay Kurt Axel Purok ng Mariano Marcos National High School, na Chago Isabela, SDO Isabela. We also have Angelica Escanio from the same school, Don Mariano Marcos National High School.
Kasama niyo rin si Marian Posada, same school din sila. Okay.
So, recall muna natin, Tutor Queenie, no? Kasi pag sinabi natin triangle inequality, paano natin mapapakita yung inequality? Dapat walang equal, no? So, before natin mapakita yung walang kaparehasan, alamin muna natin ulit kung anong meron sa isang triangle.
Dapat kilala natin kung compare natin. So, naalala pa ba natin that a triangle is a polygon that has 3 sides, 3 vertices, has 3 interior angles, and yung interior angles niya has a total measure of 180 degrees.
Ayun. So, it's the basic of most basic shapes or polygons na meron tayo. Okay? So, kaya nga siya triangle, no? Meron tayong tatlong angles and interior angles siya. And we also classify triangles based on the sides and based on the angles formed by the triangle. Okay? So, kung according to angles yung ating classification, we have 3 types of triangle. We have acute, where all of the interior angles of the triangle are acute angles. A right triangle, kung saan one angle is a right angle or measures 90 degrees. And we also have an obtuse triangle, kung saan isang angle sa kanya ay obtuse angle. And imposible kasi, Tutor Queenie, na tatlong right angles yan, tsaka tatlong obtuse angle. So, ano kagad siya, established na isa lang.
Kasi di ba meron sinabi kanina na dapat yung total interior angle measure ay 180 degrees lang. Walang labis, walang kulang.
Yes.
And we also have triangles according to the sides. So, equilateral, isosceles, and skew. So, pag all sides are congruent, then equilateral. Pero kung dalawa lang, isosceles. And then kung walang congruent sides, then we have skew.
Yun. So take note, no? Pero pwede tayo magkaroon pala ng right isosceles triangles, kumbaga combinations nung mga triangle na yan. But take note, kapag meron tayong equilateral triangle, we also have an equiangular triangle wherein lahat ng kanyang interior angles ay pare-parehas.
So, yung ating mga theorems before. At based doon sa, ano, sabihin, merong relation yung angle at yung mga sides. Okay?
Yes.
Yan ang ating pag-uusapan ngayong araw. So, we have the triangle inequality because this angle and sides, may iba't ibang posibleng measurement ng angles at ng sides. Okay? Pero meron ding relation. So, kapag merong mas malaking angle, ano kaya mangyayari din sa side? Ay, ano nga ba, Tudor Joshua?
Ayan. So let's take a look at this illustration. So we have here triangle ABC with the corresponding measure. So si angle A measures 68 degrees, if you could see. Lagyan natin ng marker. Ayan. So nakikita nyo si angle A is 68 degrees. Ayan, angle A. And then angle B is 41 degrees. Ayan, naano ko tuloy. Ayan, 68, 41, and angle C is 71 degrees. Kung i-arrange natin siya from least to greatest, so mauna syempre yung 41, no, si angle B. Sunod si angle A which has 68 degrees. And then si angle C na may 71 degrees. Ayan. Hindi pare-parehas yung sukat ng mga angles na yun. Okay, so ano kaya yung relationship ng angles doon sa side ng triangle natin, tutor Queenie?
So, these angles kasi, parang yung opening, no? So, yung katapat niya will also adjust. Okay? Ngayon ang makikita natin, ano yung effect ng pagka nilakayan natin yung angle, ano magiging effect doon sa opposite side niya. Okay? So, as you can see, meron tayo dito ang angle A, 68, angle C, 71, angle B, 41. So, pwede rin i-arrange siguro yung kanilang sides, opposite sides, right? So, these effects of these angles and dun sa measure ng side at yung measure ng side doon sa measure ng angle, okay, this relationship can help you decide whether a particular arrangement of side and bends of measures are possible. So, this method, pagka mas malaki yung opening, yung angle, no, eh, ibig sabihin, nasi-stretch din yung side na opposite it. So, yung mapo-close doon. Therefore, if we have the largest angle, then the opposite would be the longest side.
Ayun. So sabi rito ni Kerubin Gabriel Villamor, no, pag lumalaki ang angle, lumalaki din daw ang side. Yes. And as illustrated here dito sa right side ng ating screen, the longest side and the largest angle are opposite each other. Yun yung importanting description. They are opposite of each other. Okay? So kung
At
nakikita
syempre,
natin, sige po.
pagka maliit naman yung opposite side, okay, kung short naman yung side, then the opposite angle will be smaller. Right?
Yes.
So, if you, through observation, it makes sense. So, mas maliit yung opening, hindi mas liliit yung opposite side niya. Pero later on, we will see that there's actually a theorem that would support our observation from that.
Ayun. And yung observation na yun ay nasabi kanina ni Tutor Queenie na ito, these relationships can help you decide kung yung arrangement ay makakabuo ba talaga na triangle. So, gawin na natin yung observation, no, Tutor Queenie, na kanina na-arrange natin yung measurement ng angles natin. So since 68 is less than, sorry, since 41 is less than 68 and it's less than 71 degrees, therefore we could say that angle B or the measure of angle B is less than the measure of angle A and less than the measure of angle C. Tama?
Hmm?
So, paano naman yun doon sa ating sides?
Ganun din. Kung ano yung we have the shortest side would be 145, that is AC. Okay. Sunod dyan would be side BC that has a measure of 203. And then, ang pinakamahaba is the side AB, which is 200.
Side A, B. So, nakita nyo na may pattern, no? So, from smallest to largest angle, ang opposite side niya is from shortest to longest naman. Okay, and ito yung nabuo nating theorem tungkol dyan.
Actually, yan ay inaral nila before. So, hindi tayo yung bumuo, no? Pero, naaral na nila before at pwede natin gamitin. So, we have an equal sides theorem. So, sabi nga, no, kanina, pag mas maikli, edi yung katapat niyang angle, mas maliit. Pero, pag mas mahaba yung side, therefore, the angle would be larger. So, here, an equal sides theorem, if one side of a triangle is longer than another side, then the angle opposite the longer side is larger than the angle opposite the shorter side. Ayan. So, parang ano naman, no? Parang sabihin mo, common sense, yes. And there's a theorem for that. So, ito,
Yun.
we can arrange. Tutor Joshua, pa-arrange naman.
Ayan, since we are given the measure of the sides, and actually ito yung symbols niya, no? Medyo mahaba yung words natin for the theorem. Pero if we're going to use mathematical symbols, use the sides of the triangle. So we have QP, which is less than PR, which is less than QR. We could say that the opposite angles, we have the measure of angle R is less than the measure of angle Q, which is also less than the measure of angle P.
Okay, anong bottom line nitong theorem na to, Tutor Joshua? Ibig sabihin, kung meron tayong triangle, at kaya nating i-compare ang measure ng sides, we can also make conclusion about their angles. Diba? Hindi naman natin alam kung ilang degrees yung angle Q, angle R, and angle P. Hindi natin alam kung anong measurement nila, no? Pero, with the an equal sides theorem, alam natin na si angle R ay mas maliit kay angle Q at mas maliit sila kay angle P. Yun.
Yun. And this theorem is actually helpful if you're going to illustrate larger polygons, yung mas marami ng sides. Makakatulong talaga siya. Okay, so kung meron tayong unequal sides theorem, meron din yung tinatawag na unequal angles theorem. So if one angle of a triangle is larger than another angle, then the side opposite the larger angle is longer than the side opposite the smaller angle. So again, titingnan muna natin kung sino yung mas malaki or mas maliit dun sa mga angles. After nun, i-check natin kung sino or aling side yung opposite sa kanya. And then we can compare if it's greater than, less than, or actually pwede rin palang equal yung dalawang measure ng sides. So if we have angles here, angle the measure of angle J is greater than naman the measure of angle H and greater than the measure of angle G, ano yung masasabi natin, Tutor Queenie?
Ayan. Ibig sabihin, okay, the opposite sides would also be arranged. So, the opposite of angle J would be side GH, and then the opposite of angle H will be JG, and then JH. Okay, so
Ayun.
ano naman yung kaibahan nito dun sa kaninang theorem? Kanina, an equal sides theorem, given ang sides, we can also make conclusion about the angles. Dito naman, an equal angles theorem, given ang angles, pwede natin i-arrange yung measure ng sides.
So another way to illustrate no is syempre by the given drawing or figure. So alam na natin na yung angle J may 100 degrees. It is the largest angle. So we could also illustrate using symbols or tick marks na yung opposite side niya yung longest side. Okay, that's only one way to represent our illustration. Okay? Pero take note, bawal mag-assume unless given lahat na information.
Ayan. So, eto, pwede natin i-assume na si HG ang pinakamahabang side. Paano nalaman yun? Wala namang measure na binigay sa side. Kasi, yung opposite angle niya is 100 degrees, which is the largest angle among the three. Yun. Right?
Ayan, so I think, ayan, nagsasabi sila ng na angle H is the opposite side of side opposite of side JG. Pero tinutukoy po natin dito is yung kung gaano ba kalaki yung ating mga sides and angles. And I think ready na yung ating mga viewers for our first activity. So let us compare the quantities using greater than, less than, or equal based on the given illustration of the triangles.
Okay, handang-handa na siguro sila Eddie Pagiragan. Ayan, si Ayana Marali, si Robin Villamor at Princess Casilaw. Ready na ba? At ang iba pang mga kasama natin? I-send sa chat as a comment section ang ating sagot. Greater than, less than, or equal. So, syempre bago sagutin mo, tignan muna nila kung ano yung given. Meron tayong triangle G, H, F, wherein FG is 12 centimeters, GH is 15 centimeters, FH is 18 centimeters. Kaya lang Tutor Joshua, ang tinatanong niya, complete the statement, the measure of angle F blank measure of angle H.
Hindi na ibigay yung measure ng angle. So ibabase natin yun doon sa kanilang opposite side. Okay. So, lagyan na lang din siguro natin ng tick marks, no, Tutor Queenie, kung alin dito yung pinakamaikli, pinakamahaba, and yung nasa gitna.
Pwede rin.
So, si FG, yung 12 centimeters, katapat niya yung
opposite niya
angle
si angle.
H. So, lagyan natin ng isa dyan. And then, yung sumunod, which is GH, which has 15 centimeters, nilagyan natin yung dalawa yung opposite niya. So, angle F. And then si FH, which has 18 centimeters, our longest, katapat niya si angle G. Okay? So, kung sa tick marks lang tayo magbe-base, which is dependent on the given measurement, ano yung magiging sagot natin dito?
Ang binigay lang, Tutor Joshua, ay measure ng sides. So, for now, ang kaya natin i-compare ay yung sides. So, si side, sino bang pwede? Si side GH ay 15, si side FH ay 18. So, pwede natin sabihin na si GH ay mas maikli kay FH. Kasi given, no?
GH ay mas maikli kay FH. Kaya lang, Tutor Queenie, hindi ata FH yung ating kailangan para mapagkumpara yung dalawang angles na ito.
So, nasaan banda dito?
Okay, ang kailangan natin pagkumparahin kasi is GH, dahil yun yung opposite ni angle F, and si FG. Ayun. And since GH is 15 and FG is 12, the answer should be greater than.
Ayun. Kasi nandun sa ating statement kanina, GH is less than FH. So, dapat nasa bandang unahan si FG, no? FG is less than GH. Ayan.
It's 15 is greater than 12. Ayan. Kanina may mga sumagot ng less than no tutor Queenie at napalitan naman nila yung kanilang mga
Ayan.
sagot. Sila
Ang
Crispin Matag,
mahalaga
Eden
na
Venera,
realize.
Eddie Pagiragan, Marniel Ramos, at yung unang nakakuha ng tamang sagot si Marniel Navarrete Soria.
Very good. Okay? At yung mga, ano no, nag-change ng mind, at least, na-realize natin kung ano nga ba talaga ang tama. Okay? Okay.
Ayun.
Meron pa tayong number 2. Okay? So, this time, angle H lang angle G naman. Okay? Si angle H and angle G naman ang compare natin. Same pa rin ang given, Tutor Joshua, ano?
Yes. So, hindi lang natin i-compare yung measurement ng angles, no, pagbabasihan natin yung comparison of their opposite sides. So, for number 2, ang opposite side ni angle H ay FG. So, yun ang pagkukumpara natin kay FH. So, what is this? Is it less than, greater than, or equal?
Number 2.
Ayan, ilagay yung ating item number. Ayan, may sagot na sila, Tutor Queenie. The answer is less than. So, bakit nga ba less than? Kasi FG, which is 12, is less than FH, which is 18 centimeters long. Ayun. Gets ng ating mga viewers yung ating exercise for today.
Nakita ko nga sumagot agad sila Kerubin Villamor, Marnel Ramos, Marty Soriano, Jasmine Batad, Ayana Marali, Mary Dadis.
Ayan. So kung kanina, angles ang ating kino-compare, now let's compare the side lengths. Kaya lang, Tutor Queenie, bakit parang isang value lang ng angle yung given sa atin, which is the measure of angle R?
Okay, angle R is 30 degrees, ano? Kaya lang, sabi naman natin, nabanggit kanina na ang total niyan ay 180 degrees. Kaya lang, isa lang yung naka-indicate. But look, if we look at the figure, meron doon, no, yung dilaw, it indicates square corner. Okay, so pag makakita kayo ng square corner, alam na alam, kilala natin yan, ha? Right angle. So that's 90 degrees. Right? Unang tingin, kilala agad, siya si ay measures 90 degrees.
So nilagay ko na rin, Tutor Queenie, yung ating opposite angles na gagamitin nila to compare the side lengths. Saka di ba parang may idea tayo dito sa triangle na ito kapag merong right angle.
So gamit yung unequal angles theorem. Okay? Unequal angles theorem ang gamit natin kasi given ang angles, you can compare also the measure of the sides.
Ayan, may sagot na sila. So, ano kaya ang tamang sagot natin for number 3? Ayan, nakita ko yung tamang sagot kay Christopher Andrew Respicio, tsaka kay Louis Castro. Ang sagot nila is less than. Okay, since angle R is 30 degrees and angle S measures 90 degrees, and tatandaan po natin, the side opposite the right angle of a right triangle is the hypotenuse. And the hypotenuse is the longest side of our right triangle.
Yeah. Tsaka no, di ba yung sabi natin kanina, pag mas malaki yung angle, edi mas hahaba yung opposite side niya. Okay, ayan. So, lagi natin tandaan yun, no? Mas malaki yung angle, so ibig malaki yung opening, so mas hahaba yung opposite side. Okay?
Okay. Next, let's have number 4. Okay. Compare using the quantities greater than, less than, or equal. If the sides DE and DF are congruent, how will you compare the measure of angle E and the measure of angle F?
Number 4, wala pong nakalagay na measure ng sides. Wala rin nakalagay na measure ng angles. Pero meron tayong tick marks indicating that DE, side DE, is congruent to side DF. At ano nga ulit ang measure nila kapag ka-congruent?
parehas ang measure nila kapag congruent.
Ayan, equal.
At kung equal yung measure ng sides, the opposite angles of those sides are also equal.
Yun.
Yun.
Alam na alam at kuhang-kuha nila Kurt Furok, Kerubin Villamor, Rachel Esguera, Mary Antoinette Dadis, Marty Soriano, Mariel Ramos, Ayana Maralit, Louis Castro. Walang kalituhan, they know that it's equal.
Ayun. Eh kasi alam na rin naman nila ito, no, Tutor Queen, that this is an isosceles
Ayan.
triangle. At meron tayong tinatawag na isosceles triangle theorem wherein if the sides are congruent, if two sides of triangle are congruent, then their base angles are congruent. And yung converse nun ay also true.
So parang ano, related din dito sa ating inaaral ngayon. Okay, we can compare. So kung hindi equal, hindi rin equal yung opposite nun. Pero kung equal, edi equal din yung opposite.
Okay, so let's proceed to the next inequality theorem on triangles that we have. We have the exterior angle inequality theorem. So, yung nasa left side, Tutor Queenie, ito po yung natawag nating exterior angle theorem. Okay? Yung measurement ng exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two non-adjacent or remote interior angles. Ibig sabihin, for example, kung ang measure po ng angle A and angle B ay, kung ito po ay 40, at lakihan natin, kung ito ay 110, and then this is, let's say, 30 degrees. Ang measurement ng angle ECB is 140 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Yun
So,
yung sinasabi ng exterior angle theorem. Pero paano kung ito ay exterior angle inequality theorem?
ang sinasabi ni exterior angle inequality theorem is that the measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is greater than the measure of either of the two non-adjacent interior angles or minsan tinatawag natin itong remote interior angles. So, ibig sabihin, Tutor Joshua, dahil ang angle ECB ay equal sa sum ng angle A at angle B, therefore, we can say that uh, angle ECB is greater than angle A. Okay? Similarly, si angle ECB ay greater than din kay angle B. Ayan. Does it make sense? Diba? Kasi
Yes.
yung angle na yon ay mula sa pinag-add na dalawang angles ng remote angle na yun. So, sure na sure tayo, no? Palagi siyang mas malaki dun sa isa sa dalawang.
Okay. And also take note of the description, non-adjacent interior. Hindi niya katabi, pero nasa loob pa rin ng triangle. Kasi interior angle siya. So,
Ayan.
let's do an activity ulit. Let's have number 1 muna. Measure of angle 5 compared to the measure of angle 3. Compare it using greater than, less than, or equal. So dahil maraming triangle na nandito sa ating figure, let's focus doon sa triangle na nasa gitna, which has an interior angle 4 and interior angle 5. And compare natin yun dun sa exterior angle 3. So, sino ang mas malaki? Yung remote interior o yung kanyang exterior angle? So, is it greater than or less than or equal?
Okay, so identify nila, no? Gamit ang exterior angle inequality theorem, sabi ng exterior angle inequality theorem, mas malaki si exterior doon sa either of the two remote interior angles. So, kailangan i-identify natin, no? Sino si remote, sino si remote interior, sino si exterior angle.
Ayan, may sagot na si Jasmine Batad at si dalawa sila nakakuha ng
Diana
sagot.
Maralit.
Diana Maralit. So, pati si Marky Soriano, ang sagot nila is less than.
Good job,
Kasi
bakit kaya?
ang i-identify lang natin is exterior angle. So, exterior angle is greater than the angle opposite. Di ba opposite? Non-adjacent, the remote one. So, mas malayo yung malayo sa kanya. Mas malaki siya. Okay, so
So,
let's have number 2. Let's focus on this triangle. Siguro, masasagutan ito ng ating cuties dahil nakuha na nila yung number 1. Ano kaya yung number 2?
sa number 1 kasi, no, tinignan natin na si angle 5 ay remote interior angle ni angle 3 na exterior angle. Kaya sabi natin na si angle 5 ay mas maliit kay angle 3. Ngayon, ang hinahanap naman natin ngayon ay magko-complete the statement na ang measure ng angle 1 blank measure ng angle 2.
Ayan. Kuha nila yung sagot. Maganda yung sagot ni Marniel Ramos, naka-words pa. So number 1 daw is less than, so number 2 is greater than. Kasi again, we have identified that angle 1 is an exterior angle.
At remote interior angle niya si angle 2. Kaya pwede natin i-compare ang dalawang angles na to. Sure na sure tayo na si angle 1 ay mas malaki kay angle 2. Kahit walang binigay na measurement or kung ilang degree.
Ayun. So yun yung ating pangatlo na ito, no, na triangle inequality theorem for today. So punta tayo dun sa pang-apat. Marami-rami talaga yung ating triangle inequality theorems. Kasi by next week, i-apply naman natin ang mga ito. Okay? So we have here the triangle inequality theorem, which is actually used to determine kung makakabuo ba talaga tayong triangle given the measurement of the sides. Bakit? Kasi it states that the sum of the lengths of any two sides of a triangle should be greater than the length of the third side. Okay? So given these inequalities, yung tatlong mathematical sentences na yan, okay, ito po yung mga condition. So can a triangle be illustrated or made?
So, posible ba na makabuo ng triangle yung given ng measure ng sides? Okay? So,
Okay.
sabi kailangan
i-add natin yung measurement ng lengths, dalawa, at dapat greater than. Bawal maging equal doon sa pangatlong side. Kasi kapag nag-equal, bitin yung mabubuo natin triangle. At kung kulang naman, mas bitin kasi hindi na tayo makakabuo ng polygon. Ang dapat ang polygon, di ba, closed figure.
So, pag equal, no, pag pinilit nilang gumawa ng polygon, magiging straight line lang kasi magpapantay-pantay sila. Ayun. Kaya kailangan talaga.
We cannot form a triangle when the sum of the lengths of two sides is less than or equal to the third side. So, for the next exercise, ang tanong lang dito ay makakabuo ba or hindi makakabuo. So, true or false. For the first item, we can form a triangle whose sides measure 5 centimeters, 6 centimeters, and 10 centimeters. So, bigay muna natin, Tutor Queenie, sa ating viewers kung paano yung ginagawa to identify if a triangle can be formed using these given measurements.
So, kailangan natin tignan, i-check kung ang sum ng dalawang side ay greater than sa pangatlong side. So, meron yung tatlong posibilidad, no? We can check 5 plus 6, is it greater than 10? That is definitely true kasi 11 is greater than 10. Yan, check yan. Kaya lang, kailangan natin i-check sa lahat. Okay? So, check natin sa 6 and 10, is it greater than 5? Well, definitely, that is true because 16 is greater than 5. Pero hindi pa tapos yan, Tutor Joshua. Kailangan i-check din natin yung isa, no? Kasi para sure tayo. So, we have to check 5 and 10, is it greater than 6? Which is also true. 15 is greater than 6. At dahil tatlo yan na nag-true, Tutor Joshua, lahat sila nga ay ang sum ng dalawang sides ay greater than sa pangatlong side. Ano ang conclusion natin?
Makakabuo tayo ng triangle. Kasi yun yung essence ng triangle inequality theorem. All the sums must be true. Yung ating mathematical sentences. Ayan.
Kayang-kaya na siguro nila yung number 2, Tutor Joshua?
Ayan, basta tatandaan po, no? We do it by pairs, then we compare it to the third side. So let's have number 2. True or false? We can form a triangle whose sides measure 7 centimeters, 8 centimeters, and 16 centimeters. Okay, so let's give them ample time to answer this question. Kahit na ito ay true or false, may isosolve po tayo.
So, check, no? Sa lahat ba ng pagkakataon, kapag inad yung dalawang sides, greater than siya sa pangatlang side. Ay, nakita na akong sagot. Sige,
Ayan. Okay, kasi ano no, parang dati sa nung third quarter natin, if we have a counter example, the whole statement is already false. Okay? So here, ayan, sagot nila daw is false. Check nga natin. Let's see kung yung first pair, 7 centimeters and 8 centimeters, if their sum is greater than 16. So add lang natin, 7 plus 8 is greater than 16. Pero take note, 15 greater than 16, that is a false statement. And sabi ko nga, one false statement is enough to disprove the given statement.
Yeah. So, pagka kailangan i-prove na tama, so kailangan i-check sa lahat. Pero kung may isa na nagmali na, false na agad yan. Alright? Yeah. So, ang kuha nila, Nanela, Benino, Nayana, Marali, Flexi Pabon, and Leia Devera. Okay, very good.
And we will have more examples of this pagdating natin sa applications na triangle inequality theorem. Okay? So let's proceed to the last inequality theorem called the hinge theorem. Bakit nga ba tinawag na hinge theorem to? So kung isipin niyo po, yung salitang hinge, actually apelido siya eh. Tapos gamit din ito sa construction or carpentry, no? Yung hinge na makikita po natin sa mga pinto, sa gate, or anything that can be opened forward or backward. And notice, in this illustration sa gate, as the gate opens wider, both the measure of the angle on the hinge, which is angle A, and the length of CB increases. Habang lumalaki yung bukana nung pinto sa pintuan, lumalayo yung edge nung pintuan dun sa edge nung pinto. And yun yung idea doon sa ating hinge theorem.
Ayan. So, pwede nyo nang silipin yung mga pintuan nyo, no? Yung theorem na pinangalan yan. So, ibig sabihin, kapag mas malaki yung pagbukas, mas malaki rin yung space na pwede mong madaanan. Pag maliit lang yung pagkakabukas, edi mas maliit yung space para ikaw ay makadaan. So, hinge theorem states that if two sides of one triangle congruent to two sides of another triangle, and the included angle of the first is larger than the second, then the third side of the first is longer than the third side of the second. So, para tong unequal angles theorem kanina to Joshua, no? Pero we can compare it with two triangles.
Yes, basta meron tayong two pairs of congruent and corresponding sides. Yung pangatlo, hindi yun nagiging congruent dahil iniiba rin natin yung angle. So ito po yung kanyang, kumbaga literal statement. Pero kung gagamitin natin siya in symbols, or susulat natin siya in symbols, if there are triangles PQR and VWX such that the sides PR and VX are congruent, and QR and WX are congruent given by the tick marks. So nakita nyo, no, magkaiba yung triangle. Pero two pairs of the sides are congruent. If the measure of angle R is greater than angle X, then the opposite sides are also share the common trichotomy. So yung PQ is greater than VW.
Yan. Kaya, no, dun sa ating triangle congruence, meron tayong SAS. Hindi sapat na dalawang sides ay congruent. Dapat pati yung included angle ay congruent. Kasi kung hindi congruent ang included angle, then there's a possibility na ibang triangle yung, iba yung measure ng triangle sa kabila. Ayan. So, we'll be having more of this, Tutor Joshua, no? Next week.
Yes.
So, for now, achieve tayo. Okay? We were able to illustrate theorems on triangle inequalities. Nalaman natin si unequal sides and unequal angles theorem, exterior angle inequality theorem, triangle inequality theorem, and hinge theorem.
Yan. So, na-illustrate natin yan, pero syempre sa mathematics, hindi sapat na alam natin yung konsepto. Alam dapat natin kung paano ito i-apply in more real-life situations. Yan. At dito po nagtatapos ang ating tutorial session tungkol sa triangle inequality theorems. Tandaan po na pwede nating ulit-ulitin yung lessons natin sa Facebook page ng Itulay or sa kanyang YouTube channel para lalo nating maunawaan at mabawasan yung ating pagkalito.